Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Shred, and a lot has happened this weekend at Games Fest. We got a lot of news, a lot of trailers from both Street Fighter, from Hunter x Hunter, and what this video is going to be about, Fatal Fury. Now, Fatal Fury is one of the biggest games I am looking forward to. This game hasn't been out in so long, and City of Wolves looks like an amazing game. All the way down from its art style, its character design, everything about this game looks amazing, and I'm really looking forward to playing this game. But since we got a peek at Street Fighter 6's Year 2 DLC, which includes 2 Fatal Fury / KOF characters, or let's just say SNK characters, there's a lot to kind of speculate about what is in store for the future of Fatal Fury. Because let's be honest, Fatal Fury hasn't been around for a long time. I mean, a lot of people aren't even going to know exactly what it is. A lot of us, old heads that used to play those Neo Geo cabinets are speculating that this is going to be Garo 3. But for people who don't know Fatal Fury, a lot of these people do know what King of Fighters is. So it's going to need a little bit of help with that marketing. But before we even get into that, let's take a look at Street Fighter 6's Year 2 DLC. So first off, we got M. Bison, which is a big deal. A lot of people speculated that he's going to be in it. And let's be honest, you don't just kill M. Bison. He can't die. I mean, he's always resurrecting himself, always putting his soul into another body. It's just constant over and over and over again. But this time he actually has amnesia. So the dictator megalomaniac that he is probably gonna be a different kind of character. We will see. But so far, personally, I really like his look. The whole like rags kind of gritty look that they gave him is actually pretty cool. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And his gameplay looks fantastic. They did do a gameplay trailer and it does look amazing. He looks like he's gonna play just like M. Bison usually plays, and it looks like they gave him his Psycho Crusher, which is one of those most iconic moves. So really looking forward to that. And then last we got Elena. Now Elena's kind of been 50-50 because most people like Elena, but a lot of people do not like Elena because they have nightmares from Street Fighter 4. She was really tough to play against. She was a top tier character, and so having her back is kind of giving mixed feelings. But I'm stoked to have her back. She looks really cool, and I'm glad that they're actually, getting some Capoeira representation back into Street Fighter. But speaking of mixed feelings, let's talk about the 2 Fatal Fury characters that took the DLC spot that has kind of given mixed feelings to Street Fighter fans. So the main protagonist from Fatal Fury, Terry Bogard, has been announced. He's going to be the second character that's going to be released in Year 2 DLC, and Mai Shiranui is also going to be released in the winter 2025. Now, full disclosure, I messed this up because I thought winter 2025 in my American brain was December of 2025, not the way everybody else does. So, and plus if you look at the actual picture, it looks like she's like the last person there. So I was like, oh shoot, she's gonna be last. This is gonna be 15 months away, not 8 to 9 months away. So that was my bad. I was a complete idiot for thinking that, but it looks like Mai is probably going to be around 8 to 9 months from now. Now, like I said, fans have not been too happy about this. For the most part, much of the big influencers are actually really happy about having Terry and Mai in the game. Because first off, this is the first time Street Fighter has had guest characters outside of their own universe. Take away from like rival schools in games like that, but they're actually having guest characters that's not from Street Fighter Cross Tekken or Capcom versus SNK. This is actually Street Fighter's, the official game, having guest characters in the game. This is the first time this has actually happened. So having Terry and Mai is actually kind of a big deal for that matter. But a lot of people are scared because, one, are they going to have more guest characters? And more importantly, is that going to take the spot of characters they would rather have in the game? A lot of people wanted maybe Hakan or C. Viper. I know I wanted Decapre. I know she's not really a big fan favorite, but she's one of my favorite characters. It would have been cool to have Street Fighter 6 characters, but that leads to a lot of speculation because not only the marketing, because like I said, King of Fighters holds a lot more market value than Fatal Fury does. So Fatal Fury is going to need a little bit of help. But second off, this speculates into possibly Street Fighter versus SNK 3. Now, very similar with Marvel versus Capcom 3 when they signed the papers when Marvel versus Capcom 2 was re-released, for Xbox and PlayStation. But that led to the signing and the green lighting of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Now this is going to lead into, or possibly, lead into green lighting Capcom versus SNK 3, which would be fantastic. I would love to have that game come back. I was a huge fan of Capcom versus SNK, both 1 and 2. So to have those games come back would be great. But before we lead into the second speculation, let's talk a little bit about Fatal Fury. Now, 2 characters were announced, the beautiful and fan favorite Jenet and a new character, Vox Reaper. Now, Jenet is flaunting her very flirtatious fight style like she usually does, but Vox Reaper, who's a brand new character, just looks savage, bro. That is one of the coolest look. Not only does he look cool, but his fight style just looks super cool. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the way he plays. Now, let's talk about the 2 speculations. Was this done on purpose right after they showed off Terry and Mai in Street Fighter? Because this is doing no favors for Capcom, but it is doing a lot of favors for Fatal Fury, and it's really actually, you know, really bringing it up to market. So the first speculation is, did they do this for Capcom versus SNK 3? But the second speculation is, and this might be very controversial, is Mai going to be base roster for Fatal Fury? Because if you don't remember King of Fighters 12, Mai was not on roster, and that hurt the franchise really, really bad. Because I don't know if you remember hashtag no Mai no buy, but having Mai not be in the game definitely would hurt. Now, having her in Street Fighter, yeah, that's awesome. That's great that she's in there, and I'm glad that she's in there. But Terry is in there as well, and he has to be in Fatal Fury. He's pretty much the main character of the game, so he has to be in there. So it doesn't take away from Terry being in there, but if the game is going to come out early 2025 and Mai is going to be released in early 2025 as well, does that mean she's not going to be main roster? Because that would hurt. That would hurt a lot for Fatal Fury. So I'm really hoping that doesn't take away from that. Now, I'm not to say that this would lose money for SNK, because another thing to bring up is the fact that Saudi Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who owns 96% of SNK stock, is probably going to want to make lots of money off of this, considering he is the brains behind Esports Cup. I mean, this guy is actually giving millions and millions of dollars towards esports and wants to turn Saudi Arabia into the esports hub of the world. And he's pouring a lot of money into esports and obviously SNK. I mean, Fatal Fury looks great, and you can tell this guy's like really, really into it and really into competitive games and competitive fighting games. I mean, it's doing a lot for that. But does this mean that he is foreshadowing the release of SNK 3, or at least greenlighting it? He's, you know, partnering with Capcom, and he is, you know, doing a lot for Fatal Fury. So I want to know what you guys think. What did you think of M. Bison's trailer? Do you like his new look? I know some people do, some people don't. And also, his trailer looks sick. His gameplay looks amazing. I'm really looking forward to that. What do you think about Terry and Mai being in Street Fighter 6, the very first guest characters from outside of the Capcom universe, or at least the Street Fighter universe? And what do you think of the new character, Vox? I want to know what you guys think. And also, you know, everybody, I have not seen one person not like Jenet. She looks sick. She has great mechanics, great moves, like what I saw. You know, she's definitely sticking with that flirtatious style that she has and the very provocative look that she's always had. I mean, Fatal Fury is not shying away from fan service, and they're going to get a lot of attention for that for sure. But does this take away having Mai in Street Fighter from her being base roster, you know, in Fatal Fury? And I really hope they don't, because Mai needs to be in that game. If there is a Fatal Fury or a Garo 3, if you will, or a King of Fighters, Mai needs to be in that game for sure. And what do you think about, you know, the speculations for Capcom versus SNK 3? And also, last, what do you think about Esports Cup? And do you think that Fatal Fury is going to be pushing that competitive scene? Is it going to be really like pushing himself in there? Sometimes games have tried really hard, such as Overwatch, to push itself really hard into esports and then completely fail. And we know that 2XKO is going to be coming out in 2025. I'm kind of thinking it's probably going to be like mid to late 2025, but with that coming out, there's a lot that's going to be happening in competitive fighting games and everything that's here to come. So please comment down below, tell me what you guys think. Make sure to like and subscribe, and until next time, this is Shred.